Woman Sitting in an Armchair by Haley Shook. Woman Sitting in an Armchair is an oil-on-canvas painting and was created by Henry Matisse in 1921. Henry Matisse is a notable honor artist of the 20th century for his colorist and abstract artwork, such as the dance Liebenhartige and the Snow. Matisse was a remarkable modern artist and was rivaled with Pablo Picasso during the avant-garde art movement. Over 6 decades, he dedicated his life to artwork, creating paintings, sculptures, printmaking, and etc. He did traditional artwork too, such as landscape, portraits, nudes, and still life. But his views changed during the 20th century, and he started to create brilliant colors in extravagant forms, and this led him to become a recognizable artist of the 20th century. Henri Matisse left Paris in the late 1910s. From 1918 to 1930, Henri Matisse most of his time was creating paintings and drawings of women, especially nude, during this period. In this era, he used warm lighting and patterned background. Woman sitting in the armchair shows these qualities with her patterned blouse and in the background. The lighting is close to a warm white and is considered Fauvism artwork, with its strong colors and representation. Fauvism is a style of the Wild Beast, a loose group of early 20th century modern artists whose work emphasized painterly qualities and strong colors over representational or realistic values retained by the Impressionism artwork. Artists such as Van Gogh were part of this movement. Woman sitting in an armchair goes by many names, such as the seated woman or femme at ease. This painting barely holds any record of being in Henri Matisse's works of art. The woman sitting in the painting can be seen in some of his other artwork, but the identity of this woman is unclear till to this day. Woman sitting in the armchair is not well known to the public and has very little documents about the piece. For what we know, it was bought by Paul Ozenberg in 1923 in the spring. It was later taken in September 5, 1941, and it was seized in Liban by Eistaster Reichsinter Ozenberg, which was a Nazi Party organization dedicated to appropriating culture, property, and art during World War II, led by Alfred Ozenberg. It was later traded in July 24, 1942, to Gustave Rothschild in Paris. The artwork was traded one more time by Hildenbrand Gerlit in Düsseldorf in 1953, before ever being recovered again. Hildenbrand Gerlit was a Nazi art dealer and historian who traded degenerate artwork during World War II. He was known as the underground art dealer for the Nazis. Hildenbrand kept many degraded artworks for the Nazis and kept them stashed for his own personal collection. Gerlit actually helped save many degenerate artworks from being destroyed from the Nazis, even though he kept it for his personal gain. What Gerlit did was the woman sitting in the armchair and many other degenerate artwork is still unknown from that time period between 1953 till 2012, when the woman sitting in the armchair was rediscovered again. The woman sitting in the armchair was discovered in a Munich apartment that belonged to Hildenbrand's son Cornelius. The only reason for the painting being recovered and the other missing collection of artwork was because of a tax invasion investigation that was sent against Cornelius by the Bavarian authorities and was confiscated. Cornelius Gerlit claims he had no idea that the missing artwork was in his apartment the whole entire time. Cornelius did not get in trouble for this because he claimed he has no knowledge, which is sort of unbelievable, but he got off. This incident was called the biggest Nazi stash of artwork to ever be found. There was over 1,500 pieces of artwork recovered and over $1 billion worth of looted artwork. Cornelius claimed he did not know about the missing artwork, or that his father collected Nazi-looted artwork, or even was associated with the Nazis. After the pieces of the apartment was retrieved, which also took 2 years to process, it was decided by the Munch court where these artworks belonged to. The woman sitting in the armchair was one of the first pieces to be returned to its original owners. The piece was returned to the Ozenberg heir. Anne Sinclair, who is the granddaughter of Paul Ozenberg, was reunited with the artwork. It took 18 months of battling with the court to decide where the artwork finally should be returned home to.
In May 2015, Anne Sinclair was happy and moved to have the artwork finally returned to her family. But there is still many pieces of the Usenberg artwork that are still missing today. As of today, there is 60 of her grandfather's artwork that still has not been returned. This whole incident still puts into light that we can still find artwork that was taken by the Nazis, that there is still hope left. This is the end of the film. Yeah! I also forgot to